And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
What he's alleging is true. She sounds like an absolute nightmare.
This woman, this mad hatter who no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole, it is so offensive and so ridiculous.
Yeah, when you really went for it.
That's always awkward. And you're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab your neck? Like, really hard?
But really hard?
It's not because I want to, because I feel like she would.
Remember we kept going like...
Try to sexually harass this woman, this mad hatter who no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. It is so offensive and so ridiculous. I mean, I urge...
Which is fatal to that comedy. So he's trying to like do this weird, stupid semantics thing, when in reality, it was there, dude. Did you even read the complaint? It's right here. Reynolds approached Baldoni's agency, namely Executive WME, and expressed his deep disdain for Baldoni, suggesting his agency was working with an actual predator.
I truly don't think they realize how reviled they are. I don't think they realize they're losing.
Welcome back to Celebrity. It's Olivia here.
You could almost hear the collective gasp across Hollywood. It was supposed to be just another lively broadcast, another headline, another harmless jab from Piers Morgan, the man who never met a controversy he didn't like. But when he opened his mouth this time, he didn't just criticize, he detonated a bomb. On live television, for millions to hear, Piers Morgan ripped apart the image that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds had spent years polishing.
Before we peel back the layers of this wild unraveling, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. If you love deep dives with no fluff, just facts, receipts, and a sprinkle of chaos, you're in the right place. And trust me, you won't believe how this one plays out.
The perfect marriage, the effortless humor, the enviable family life that felt too good to be true. Because according to Piers, it was. Allegations flew like shrapnel. Blake Lively, he claimed, wasn't just difficult behind the scenes, she was a nightmare. A weapons-grade narcissist, someone no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. And Ryan Reynolds, no better. Together, they weren't just Hollywood's golden couple. They were allegedly master manipulators, crafting every Instagram post, every late-night interview quip, every paparazzi stroll with chilling precision. Not spontaneous, not real. Scripted, controlled, engineered. Piers even quoted former staffers who said their public life was rehearsed down to the smallest detail. Even what cereal they ate for breakfast was a legal decision. Imagine that, needing corporate approval to pour a bowl of Cheerios. The fairy tale wasn't just crumbling, it was rotting from the inside out. And the worst part? If this was true, if even half of it was real, Blake and Ryan didn't just fool the fans, they fooled the entire world. But how deep does the deception go? And who else knew?
No litigious celebrity has ever done, which is come out and be like, we made a mistake. Suing someone is a nightmare. It's stressful. It's expensive.
Don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
And hijacked the movie, and when she didn't get her way, she brought her much richer, more successful, and powerful husband into...
Kidding, disguised as morality. Every tantrum, every drawing, every mispronounced word.
This is an actress that was hired to be in the film, and yet she's asking the director, who's also her lead, for the cuts and the edits, and she's decided to take over the wardrobe, and she gets to choose her wardrobe and they pay for it. That's unprecedented. No one's ever heard.
Insurmountable. It seems like this case cannot be settled.
By the sounds of things, got completely shafted in this one, so if all of this is true, he's 100% justified in suing her.
And the receipts?
Like stain on all your gruesome houses. The publicists involved, the actors involved, everybody involved seems to be absolutely...
Cake, the boob cake, yes, 2 breasts that she made as a cake for her 1-year-old son's birthday. Because she said he doesn't know what he wants at 1, so she's just gonna...
Why would you tell the kids? I've been through this. I never told my kid around that same age anything had to do with this. You be good parents, and you don't let it impact them.
Behind every dazzling smile, every cheeky Instagram caption, and every adoring glance across a red carpet, there was a script, not a metaphorical one, a literal one. According to Piers Morgan's live tirade, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds didn't just play the perfect couple for the cameras, they hired professional writers to meticulously craft their public personas. Every joke, scripted, every birthday post, edited, every heart-melting candid moment, stage managed. Think about it. Those spontaneous moments we all fawned over, Ryan trolling Blake with half-cropped selfies, Blake roasting Ryan's fashion choices, weren't adorable mischief. They were calculated PR moves, polished to perfection to maintain their relatable power couple brand. And it worked. For years. Audiences fell head over heels. They weren't just famous, they were trusted. The couple you could root for, the dream team who seemed real even among the fakeness of Hollywood. But now, it's like seeing behind the magician's curtain and realizing there was no magic at all. Just smoke, just mirrors. And when that illusion cracks, it doesn't just shatter the image of one couple. It blows a hole through everything fans thought they knew about celebrity authenticity. Because if Blake and Ryan, the golden standard, were living a rehearsed fantasy, who else is faking it? And if the relatable down-to-earth couple needs a team of ghostwriters just to look happy, what are they really hiding behind closed doors? The deeper you dig, the darker it gets.
Amazing having Ryan be the Green Lantern because he is, as you guys can see, impossible.
Not a single complaint. In fact, sometimes you just come on set having just baked mysteriously and curiously a batch of brownies.
To the kind of stunt that Blake Lively and her husband have pulled, now apparently in conjunction with Taylor Swift, who has oddly decided to distance herself from the couple, which is an interesting development.
That's always awkward. You're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab her neck? Like, really hard?
But really hard?
It's not because I want to, because I feel like she would.
Remember we kept...
That's always awkward. You're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab her neck? Like, really hard?
But really hard?
It's not because I want to, because I feel like she would.
Remember we kept going like...
Which apparently is also when she grabs her co-stars without permission.
Fake Me Too and got caught. Okay? Caught. A fake Me Too and got caught.
Behind the rehearsed smiles and legally approved cereal choices lurked something far uglier. Piers Morgan didn't stop at calling out their curated public life. No, he dove even deeper, into accusations that could fracture Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' image permanently. According to Morgan's bombshell report, their alleged deception wasn't just about looking relatable. It was about power. It was about control. And worst of all, it was about exploitation. The biggest shocker? Allegations that Blake and Ryan leveraged their own children to feed the brand. Not casually, not reluctantly, strategically. Piers quoted insiders who painted a chilling picture. Every photo op with their kids, every heartwarming story about family life, was calculated PR gold, carefully placed, heavily negotiated, ruthlessly controlled. And those carefully crafted interviews about protecting their privacy? Allegedly another layer of the act, designed to make them look even more noble while secretly cashing in on their family image. Imagine selling the world the dream of perfect parenthood, while behind the scenes, treating those precious moments like corporate assets. It doesn't stop there. Piers hinted at whispers, darker ones, about how they allegedly weaponized relationships behind the scenes too, leveraging influence, sabotaging competitors, destroying opportunities for other rising stars with a single whispered phone call, all while smiling for the cameras. If even half of it is true, this isn't just a PR scandal. It's a full-blown character collapse, and it raises one terrifying question. How far were they willing to go to protect the lie?
Blake popped up behind the counter of a local shop like she was starring in a
surprised people just at a random bakery. When she went behind the counter at a Connecticut donut shop, she was really in a happy mood. The actress made a stop at the pastry stop on March 30th. Amidst her ongoing battle. Now, it's just really weird about it.
That's not your happy place when you thought you had won and you thought Justin Baldoni wouldn't fight back so hard, which is what your sources have said. Y'all weren't expecting it. You thought he would just slink away and die. But now it's undetectable. Yeah, because you just made it up in your mind. But here she is. Bullshit. Okay. The actress 37 surprised fans by working behind the counter at a donut shop in Connecticut on Sunday, March 30th. You know how, like, a gas.
In Hollywood, reputation is currency, and once you lose it, you lose everything. After Piers Morgan's on-air demolition, the whispers turned into roars behind closed doors. Studios, brands, producers, the very machine that once propped up Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, started pulling away. Quietly, ruthlessly, without ceremony. Insiders claim that major brands who once lined up million-dollar endorsement deals are now re-evaluating future partnerships. Some studios have already begun scrubbing their project lists, quietly replacing Blake and Ryan's names with TBD placeholders. No public statements, no big scandals, just a slow, brutal erasure. Because here's the brutal truth about Hollywood. It doesn't matter how beloved you are. If you become a liability, the town moves on without blinking. And Blake and Ryan, they weren't just celebrities, they were a brand. A billion-dollar brand built on trust, relatability, and squeaky clean charm. Now that trust is poisoned, producers fear backlash. Fans are questioning everything. Even fellow celebrities are beginning to distance themselves, with a few quietly unfollowing Blake and Ryan on social media. Hollywood's unofficial version of a public execution. The most chilling part? According to some sources, Blake and Ryan's teams are begging them to lay low, to disappear, to let the storm pass. Because right now, every time they show their faces, the cracks in the facade only get wider. The empire they built on laughter and love is crumbling. And the question haunting every studio meeting is simple. Are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds already canceled?
You have fudged truths. You are trying to hide so much information that you are like your character in a simple favor, and I can't unsee it.
So I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
Past have been victim to the kind of stunts that Blake Lively and her husband have pulled. Now apparently in conjunction with Taylor Swift, who has oddly decided to distance herself from the couple, which is an interesting development.
In their eyes that straight men don't have. We don't.
You could almost hear the click of 1,000 unfollow buttons, the silence from their once loyal fan base, the absence of laughter from a brand that used to thrive on it. Because now, it's over. There's no cute comeback, no charming apology tour, no red carpet save. What Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are facing isn't just backlash, it's collapse. Hollywood has seen comebacks before. Scandals smoothed over, careers revived. But this feels different. Because the damage isn't just reputational, it's structural, foundational. It's a betrayal of public trust so intimate, so deliberate, that even their most loyal fans are walking away whispering, "We were played." The perfectly timed selfies, the viral tweets, the birthday burns and baby reveals. It all felt too good to be true because, according to insiders, it was. Now, agencies are pulling the plug on multi-year deals. Former friends are going radio silent. And Blake and Ryan, they're reportedly holed up in their home, scrambling behind the scenes, unsure which way is forward, if there even is one. And maybe that's the darkest twist of all, that a couple who sold us the dream of effortless love, joy, and honesty might have built it all on something artificial. A script, a product, a brand. And when that brand shattered, so did everything around it. So now, the fairy tale's over, the castle's empty, the cameras have stopped rolling.
And all that's left
is a question. If the couple who made us believe in love turned out to be playing a role, what else in Hollywood is fake? Your move, Blake. Your move, Ryan. But the audience? They've already left the theater.